This is Module 6, Lesson 7 for 5th grade. Okay, guys, today you only have to do the problems that are circled. They're also listed on the document that we shared with you on Classroom. So, starting off with number 1, this is going to be the same thing you were doing as last time, but now you're going to have to plot your points on your own. So, you have to first complete the chart for number 1. And then it says, and then plot the points on the coordinate plane. So here's the coordinate plane that once you get these coordinates, you're going to put them on here. You're literally taking what the x and y are and putting them in the box. For example, if x is 2 and y is 0, then you're literally putting 2, comma, 0. That is it. You're going to do the following for the next 3 and put them in here, and then you need to find their points on here. Remember, when you're going, x is along here. This is your x-axis. And then along here is your y-axis. So you go across first. Remember, you have to learn to walk before you can climb. So you have to go over and find 2 and then go up 0 and then make your point. You can use the drawing pen to help you make the dots a little bit better. And then you're set. That's number 1. Then part A says, use a straight edge to draw a line connecting these points. So then you're going to go to the shapes and use the line segment tool and connect the line. The line is going to go some direction. All the dots will line up somehow and you'll do a straight line going across. Part B, write a rule showing the relationship between the x and y coordinates of points on this line. So a rule means when you look at x and you look at y, what is the rule? When you see x, it's a 2. Do we add a certain amount of numbers onto y? Do we subtract? Do we divide? Well, I look at this and I see 2 and then 0. What's the difference here? 2, and then we take away 2 to get to 0. Let's look at this one here, 3.5, and then we go to 1.5. Are we adding or subtracting? Well, we're subtracting. How many do we subtract by? 2. Go down to 4.5. Are we adding or subtracting to get to 2.5? We're subtracting. What do we subtract by? By 2 again. We see that the pattern is x is, it's x, subtract or take away, or minus, how many, equals y. That's what you're writing in here. So you're literally going to write x, and then are you adding or subtracting, and then by how many, and then that equals y. So in here, I'm literally giving it to you. It's x, and then is it add or subtract, and then by what number equals y. Okay? And then part C. Part C says, name 2 other points that are also on this line. So once you find your line, whatever direction it's going, you literally just have to go across the x and then up to the y to see what other points that we haven't identified yet could also fall on that line. There are several different answers. It's not limited to just 2, so you can all have many different answers. You can try out number 2 if you'd like, and then I will also grade it and let you know how you're doing if you'd like to have that extra challenge. A lot of you have been, and it's going well. Nice job. For the next part, number 3, these are your last problems. It says for part A, for any point on the line M, the x-coordinate is what? Well, here's M. This is line M. What is the x-coordinate? Which direction does the x-coordinate go? And then any point that falls on this line, what is the x going to be? And then you just write down the number. For part B, give the coordinates for 3 points that are on line N. So, where's line N? Okay, so here's line N. So we need to just give the coordinates for 3 points. This can be any points. There's several, as you can see, several intersecting points that could be on here. So you'll have several different answers. Remember, you go over and then up to find a coordinate to find out the x and the y. So you have to give 3 points. That means that you should have 3 different coordinates, 3 different parentheses for this answer to get it all correct. Part D, give the coordinates for 3 points that are on line Q. Same thing for line Q. You need to just go over and up to find a point, over and up, anywhere you want to find 3 points. So once again, you need to have 3 different coordinates here. Not 3 numbers, but 3 sets of parentheses with an X and a Y coordinate. And then F, identify a line on which each of these points lie. So you have to go over and find 10 and 3.2, or 3.2. So you have to go over and you have to go up and figure out what line would that be on. Okay, if it's X is 10, what line is it on? Okay, same thing here, 12.4 and then 18.4, where you're going over to about 12, and then 18, we're going up. What line is it on? You're going to do that for the following, and then you're just going to write down what line it is, just line M, N, L, or Q, and then you're all set.